Yeah, I'm trying.
What's our friends are for? Amen. Small dates, man. Here the bee cry. Here you come present. Watch it. So I hold your voice. Please, we are now in the inner courtyard. We just came from the main courtyard where the male captives were kept. When slavery started, the female captives were also kept in all the ground floor rooms here. In about 400 women were kept in these rooms at a time for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, till the time the ships came to transport them. The bare entrances were at that time having doors, and others having bars were then having metal bars placed vertically and horizontally so that the captives would not escape. One thing, because of tropical diseases, the Europeans never came here with their wives. And because they never came here with their wives, the female captives were abused sexually. The soldiers, the traders, and also the governors. The governor, whenever he wanted a lady, he stood at that very balcony. And he ordered the soldiers to open the doors for the captives to come up. So he made his action from that very point. And it could happen that the chosen lady could have been the dungeon from, let's say, 1 day to some days, or from 1 week to some weeks without washing down. And again, yeah, we are talking about females. It could happen that the lady was in her menses even. So water was taken from this reservoir for the lady to just bath. After that, she was escorted from the private access to go to the governor's bedroom. I'll walk in this one for you, but first look at this. So the woman, the chosen one, said the chosen captive, she was escorted from this point, and she was forced to use this staircase. Please, this is not the original staircase that was here then. So she went to the governor's bedroom, up there, the third and also the final floor. Now, after the rape, she was sent back to the dungeon to join her friends. And because of that, when the ships came, some of the women were found pregnant. So they were sent to the town for them to stay there to deliver. And the children were later brought here for schooling. They had light color skin, and we call them half caste or mulattoes. As a matter of fact, when the Dutch captured the castle from the Portuguese, some of their officials legally went to the town, got married to some of the local people, raised children with them, built houses there in the town where they were also staying with their wives. Again, they also gave birth to the mulatto children, and they were given European names. Those children were later brought here for schooling, and they were given European names. Sorry. They were given European names such as Van der Poel, Van Dyke, Vieira, Vroom, Cornelius, Boham, Battles, Brown, Davison, Simpson, Ferguson, Morrison, Duncan, Coulson, Texan, especially the Simpson Fono. And look at something. Some of the women resisted. So they were given punishment to serve as a deterrent to others who were in the dungeons then. Please, let's go out and continue.
I didn't even know that was you.
Did you catch up here?
When he said it, I went. When he said it, I went.
About 8 of such cannonball were here then. And the 8 were all having chains and locks fitted on those chains. So the women who resisted rape were brought here. They chained them to their ankles and they were made to stand here. They were not given water. And also they were not given water. Again, when they were shining everywhere. That was the punishment simply to put fear. That reservoir was built by the Portuguese. Let's have a look before you go.
Can I see?
Okay. The reservoir was built by the Portuguese, and they filled it with rainwater. They built it in the year that the castle was built, 1482. So when you talk of the original things here, yes, it's now 529 years. I said they filled it with rainwater. They simply connected pipes to the roofs, and we can see one. It is also not original. So whenever that is rained, they got water here. They took water from here to do whatever that they did it here, cooking, bathing, drinking, washing, and any other domestic purposes. Again, the governor, whoever that he chose that at every moment, water was taken from here for her to also bath before she was sent to the governor's bedroom. About 150 women were kept in the biggest dungeon. Let's see the biggest dungeon. We are now in one of the dungeons, and this happens to be the biggest dungeon in the female section. About 150 women were kept here, and they slept on this same floor. They did not change the floor. Again, they were fed by something just enough to keep them going. And also empty containers were placed at the corners in the dungeons for them to ease themselves into those containers. As women, every blessed man, they also have their menstruation and fertility. They reserved that room to serve as additional source of ventilation and also light to this dungeon. Unfortunately, it was also connected to the magazine. The magazine was a point where they kept their weapons, armory. So whenever there was any leakage there in the magazine, the chemicals came straight from the home, contaminated the area, and worsened the situation. Simply because of poor ventilation, sanitation, and also feeding, some of the captives died. And some of them refused to eat the food that they were given. Simply those who died, their bodies were simply thrown into the sea. Finally, when the ships came, those who were still alive then were chained here in the yard, and they were forced through that very exit there to go to the room of no return. We are also going to the room of no return. Oh yeah, we are going to return. Go back to that
I want you to be able to capture everything, so I want you to be right.
Okay.
Go ahead, I'm talking about it. I don't want to go to where I get to that. So yeah, So the female captives were forced through this exit to go to the room of no return. We are going there. At that time, these metal bars that we are seeing were not here. And also, there was a staircase down there that they used to go to the room of no return. And this exit was meant for the female captives only. The men were also made to use the different one there, and we are here to see that.
Yeah, I have another one. This one is running out, but I have another one. It hasn't turned red yet.
Did you pay for recording? No problem, never go on.
People are recording.
Sometimes it's Christmas gift.
No problem, Christmas gift.
Yeah.
We are back to the main courtyard.
Yeah, bring that one.
We just came from the inner courtyard where the female captives were kept. And here in the main courtyard, please, with exception of the Portuguese church, you were made to see the Portuguese church.
Yeah.
And also those two cells there, all the other rooms on the ground floor were converted into dungeons. And about 600 men or 600 male captives were kept in these dungeons. Soldiers, traders, and also pastors or the missionaries, they were staying in the first 4 rooms all around. And the second floor, that section was for the deputy governor, and the governor was up there, the third and also the final floor. So it was as important as one was perceived to be, as high up the person. Now, talking about the church, the Portuguese, they were Roman Catholics. They built the church, and that was where they were worshiping God on my place. When the Dutch captured the castle from the Portuguese, the Dutch were Protestants. They never used the church. They instead divided the church into 2 horizontally. Again, they removed all the towers on it and used the upper floor as junior soldiers' mess and the ground floor as slave market. When the Dutch sold the castle to the British used it as classrooms, and today it is a museum. So it has gone through 4 transitions. It started as a church, to slave market, to school, to museum today. We can see one slanted wall at that point. And again, at the other side, we can see another one. The walls were built by the Dutch to keep the walls strong. But the pipes on them, 2 there and also 2 here, the pipes were added by the British. In 1948, they used this castle as a police training school. So their policemen were climbing up and down faces and just to build their muzzles. Fine. When the ships were in, the male captives were also chained here in the yard, and they were taken from here to the room of no return. I've been saying room of no return, room of no return, room of no return. Now it's time for us to also go to the room of no return. Do you want to return? Yeah. It's sure no return. That is it. Come with me. One step down, one step down. One step down.
One step down.
One step down, please.
You're pushing me and I can't see.
You can get the DVD. The DVD. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's 20 cedis. It's nice. I hope it's even finished.
Okay.
That one, not only this castle, what we are doing is on it better.
Oh.
The thing about the town, Cape Coast Castle, Asaman's Slave Market, the river, the slaves that were later buried there, a lot. So, you know, we need a light. So let's all go back. When we are going out, then.
Okay.
Yes, I'm waiting for them. There was a staircase that day. Please, let's go back.
You're not sure the whole one.
Yeah, it's really dark.
Please, you know, we need the light, so let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. No, not to go. Come, I mean, it's not here. I'm not a serious.
We'll still take this and then get it out.
So when you go, can you send me the video?
Sorry.
Do you have your laptop at home or your computer? A flash drive?
Is that
Those coming, please bend down, take 5 steps before you be on top.
Don't want to pull like you.
Fine. We are now in those days room of no return. And we came freely, but it wasn't so for the captives. They were chained before they brought them here. Again, before the early 16th century, the Portuguese were then trading in goods. So this very door of no return was then wider than this. And again, it was not called door of no return. But when slave trade started in the early 16th century, that they narrowed it to this nature to contain a person at a time. The ocean was then closer to the castle. And also the volume was higher. So the ships, let me say the big ships, were anchored in the sea and they brought small boats down there to convey the captives from here first to that point before they sent them to the New World. Some were sent to Brazil, Suriname, Haiti, Java, Guyana, Bahamas, Sumatra, Jamaica, Cuba, Trinidad and Tobago, and other nations. And because here was their final point to say goodbye to their continent, they cried or they shed tears a lot. There was a slave ship captain who was interviewed. They wanted to know from him how comfortable a slave could be during the Middle Passage. And he said a slave could be as comfortable as a man in his casket. That was the reply or the answer that he gave to the question how comfortable a slave could be. And it was very, very true because they were arranged so wicked like just sardines, and because of the nature that they were arranged, some of them died and their bodies were thrown into the sea and their names were forgotten. At the back there we can see some wreaths that were brought by tourists to remember those who died during the time of transatlantic slave trade. So these are here for remembrance. Again, today the sea is receding, and according to geologists, they said because the earth is revolving, that is why the sea is moving back. One thing, to know or to get the details about the transatlantic slave trade, you need to know what happened in Asinamanso slave market. Again, you need to know something about the river that the slaves were made to wash themselves in. Again, you need to know something about Saga slave market. And I think you need to know what went on in Elmina Castle also. So getting this one, getting something about the town, the history about the town, Elmina, again getting the story in Asinamanso slave market, the river, and also the 2 slaves that were later buried there, and also Elmina Castle, everything. The DVD is there for sale. It's a very, very educative material, though the price is somehow hard, but if you get it, honestly, you wouldn't regret of buying it. The video is 20 CDs. And I don't believe whether you may even get some because the rent is finished. But when you get to your point, I'll let you know so that those who are interested. Thank you. Today, this point is no. Oh no, it's at this price. You may even not get some. Please, let's thank God today. This point is no more room of no return. Yes, so you want to, if you want to have a look here, you can go there. But make sure you don't go down there. If they fall another, will not come.
Is this the end of the tour?
No, please. It seems, why did they look like this? No.
I saw it. So we are done.
I think.
Are we done?
No, me at 28. We are going to take you my car. Boss, my mom can hear my report. You guys in the bill, you go, you couldn't have it. You know, this will not have it. Second, I never can. Okay. Please come in again. Oh, and now this one is not about it. Just remember my boss said that I don't know. Very well. On cam. I'm in the moon keeping on cam. I'm embarrassing my boss.
We just pause it. Can you just pause it?
It won't be a pause, it'll be another video.
Oh, yeah, because of this.
Because you have to turn it off.
Please, this plaque was put here to remember one of the Dutch governors. And that governor was called Ted. Governor Ted. And Governor Ted was the last Director General of West Indies Company. That company came from Zealand. Please, Zealand is one of the provinces in Netherlands. Governor Ted, he arrived here on 16th January 1758. And he died on 12 March, the same year. He died at the age of 41.
At this place?
Yeah, he spent all 2 months. And there's a bit that malaria killed Governor Ted. They buried him here. At that time, there was a pastor here called A. Andres. He wrote this portion to serve as a poem or a tribute to Governor Ted. And he said Governor Ted was a good man, honest, hard-working, and also God-fearing man. It's in Dutch, and as you said, it's in old Dutch. Yes. Now let's look at something. Which this way? Okay, please. Please, those who have been to Campus before will testify that we have the same one there, the same plaque. The plaques were true. Yes, the plaques were true and they were presented to the Ghana Museums in London by National House of Chiefs on behalf of their members as an apology in connection with the role that they played as chiefs in the Trans-Atlantic. Again, this is served as the mission statement of the tour of the castle. But I'll put it this way, it's supposed to be the mission statement of all visits in this castle today. As we all go around, it ought to be in everlasting memory of the anguish of our ancestors. We say, may those who die rest in peace. May those who return find their rest. May humanity never again perpetrate such injustice against humanity. And the last line says, we the living vow to uphold this. And I strongly believe that we can better. Yeah, we are going. I can give you answer. We are now in a cell, and this cell was reserved for their own soldiers, the European soldiers. Some of them got themselves drunk, and some also went to the town without permission. This was a blessing. So those who were found doing that were put here for some few hours, and they freed them. And because this vessel was on their own weapons, they reserved training for their lives. Nobody died. Now, in order for you to just draw your own conclusions, let's please enter the next section.
You just have to slap the white one.
I was saying to now. You're welcome to 70.
You have come well.
You wash yourself.
Blacks and I no, I love. You see, I will read the other door. You see,
Don't start yelling because
And this one was for the Africans. What I know was that some of the male captives, they were fighting for their freedom. They were captured from wherever that they got them. So some were fighting the Europeans and they wanted to escape. Some were also fighting their fellows. What happened? In order to discourage such character, those who were found doing that continuously were recaptured from the dungeons, especially their leaders, and they were brought here. They were not given water, so they were not given food till they died. The bodies were picked, then thrown into this. Nobody came here and went outside alive.
very nice.
my head is aching. We get the DVD. What is that? Yeah, outside.
They said it's 45 minutes. We're in 30 minutes.
Okay, please, so we are now going to the first floor. The sitting also we get to the we have a bookshop here, please. I want to do this. Like after the tour, you just want to see the bookshop, then you come to the bookshop. So like you go after the tour, if you want to see the bookshop, then have a lot of interesting books there.
Free or for sale?
For sale.
Then you tell us so that we know. Free of charge.
John Justice Saba.
The president. You are there. That's my God. Justice. Yeah, I did go on your fine.
I think we're supposed to take some pictures of ourselves. You want me to video too?
It's fine.
So that you can come into it. So that you can come in.
I don't want to be in it.
Do you have a Facebook?
Okay. Then I have to add it. I'm trying to think if, because it's going to be like an hour long, it's going to be a big file, but I could just press it and email it to you. So I'm going to try to fix it so that, and I'll put it on Facebook too. I want to take a picture. It's pretty.